Hi guys, this is the Roadburn Festival 2008 haul video. I was thinking about doing a video for you with a regular update, but I thought why not make it the big one of the year with every genre, well mostly every genre that plays Roadburn included. So yeah, let's dig into it. No excuses, no. Everybody's busy. On the record table is the Cuff with Ritual Abuse. This was, I think, one of the first shows I saw at Roadburn. The first one was Ghost in 2012, I think. We came in, we saw Ghost, and then we immediately went to Cuff. They played a set in the Den Batcave that was, I mean, Jesus. So yeah, a lot of love still for that band. There is a lot of stuff, so that's just my weed. There are some shirts, but mostly there is a lot of vinyl. There's one tape, but I'm putting that in the tape delay video. I'm wondering if I should do this in order of buying or not. I'm not sure. Let's just delve into the first two I'm getting out of here. Yeah, let's see. Ready? Let's do this. First one is Converge, You Fail Me. In my opinion, not their best, but their most, for me, most enjoyable. Of course, everybody thinks or is under the impression that Jane Doe is the best, but it is the classic. But I mean, this is more listenable than Jane Doe, for God's sakes. It has banging tracks on here. I mean, it starts with First Light, it ends with Hanging Moon, and everything in between, I think, is gold. So. This is there are numerous represses of this one, and this is the one they did for the European tour, which is going on right now, with Tao, Crowbar, and Grave Pleasures, if that is your beast. So yeah, a cover that slides out this packaging. It is kind of a gatefold, what's on your living every day, dying every day. And then it opens up like a triple or a quadruple gatefold with the abandoned artwork, but it's just a giant sleeve with a disco bag cut out in the ends. It has a lot of thank yous, as you can imagine. But yeah, I've been waiting for a good edition of this one. They had, Burning World had the original first press on white for $50, but you know, when you can get the deluxe. This is kind of like a candy merch, red and white, which fits the aesthetic of the record and the aesthetic of the artwork. So yeah, this was the first one. They played two sets, The Dusk in Us and You Fail Me, complete, and then some extra tracks, of course. Everything was dedicated to Caleb from Gavin. Gavin played a acoustic set with just two dudes, which was, yeah, they pulled some heartstrings. That was from Converge directly. This is from Burning World. I got that one, and so that's day one, I should say. Those were just pickups I wanted to grab immediately. So the second one is Pyramids with, how is this monster called? I'm not sure what it's called. I was eyeballing this last year because this was in Jurgen's record box, the guy who does Burning World with Toon and Dizzy and maybe some other folks, and it was 30. So the sticker went over it, it was 20. So yeah. For the people who don't know, Pyramids is it's hard to describe the music. They have a previous record with two deer with antlers with a lot of color, and they have that tape box, which I have shown previous. But Pyramids is the band that came out of Mare, which I slobbered enough over. They have one EP on Hydra Head, which has They Send You, which is one of my top 10 tracks of all time. This is the continuation of that band. And I'm still not sure what the record is called. I have no idea. There's no title on here. Ah, there it is. The Northern Meadow, just on the spine. So yeah, continuation of the Mare. It is a, I don't know how to call it. I don't know how to describe it. There is a gatefold. This is out on Profound Lore, and this has been out for a while. I think at least 4 years, maybe. I'm not sure. The back has the triangle logo, and this is the edition on standard black vinyl. There was a gray black swirl. But yeah, great band. I love Mare more, of course, but if you write a track that haunts me for the rest of my life, in a good way, I am inclined to check your other shit. These are guys that are in numerous others projects, so yeah, check them out. Pyramids, just the way you say it. Then that was from Burning World. This was also in the Burning World distro. Brain Bombs. I have shown a lot of Brain Bombs records. This is Obey, the re-release on Armageddon Shop Records. Silver cover with the Death Stare on the cover. Look at the track list. Kill them all, die you fuck, anal desire, lipstick on my dick, drive around to hurt, obey, fuck needs. So yeah, kind of know where this one is going. It is noisy, grindy, not grindy, grangy punk, but played with kind of a lot of twists and stuff like that. There's the hype sticker, and it's just black Brain Bombs. So yeah, every year I try to pick up some records that are on my want list that I don't want to pay the shipping for, and this was one of them. I wish they had the other one, the white cover, I think. But anyway, nice addition to the Brain Bombs. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this was also a first day purchase. Yeah, let's just show it. This is Power Trip and Nightmare Logic. This is the most beat up record I have ever bought in my life. The plastic sleeves that gave me nightmares for hypertension are still haunting me in real life. This is the picture disc they released for this record, their latest full length, which I love, but I have to admit has come down a bit. My love has come down a bit for this record, because when it first came out I was just listening to Executioner's HUGE Swing of the X, the second song, which is a straight up banger which won't change, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I listened to it too much, I don't know. It is still a great record. Like I said, the sleeve is all beat up, the fold over is also beat up. This was straight from Southern Lord. This is a lyric sheet that has the logo in it. But I mean, this is going straight into a frame. Look at that. So one side is the Executioner, so ugly. And everyone from Hype, we were there with the label, everyone bought it, and then the logo on the back. Like I said, it was too ugly and too cheap to pass up, so you know how I love my ugly shit. Speaking of ugly shit, Urkel's long sleeve, but we'll get to it. I'm not going to get this back in, I'll put it in a different, more sturdy sleeve. But yeah, Power Trip. So that was the first kind of purchases, the distro stuff. And then, let's see, I got this one from, of course, Babylon Doom Cult has to be represented. We slept in a bungalow somewhere in a holiday park with animals. Doesn't matter. They were there too, or he was there too with a bunch of his friends. And he had some distro stuff. They did the hard rock hideouts the first night, so the full distro was there, but it was already gone. But he kept me the Sleepwalkers 5772 on Sentient Ruin. And what's this? Annapurna. Don't know that record. Sleepwalkers is a band that popped up, I think, about 3 years ago on Cult Nation with their demo tape, I think, and then the demo 2 or something like that. It's all in Japanese, so it was a bitch to find them. But then Sentient Room picked it up and had a official tape release and a record release. This is some... it's not... it is black metal, but it is some freakish black metal. Like maybe how Wormlust is freakish and nightmarish, this is also... this is maybe that, but then the Japanese version. I love the cover. It instantly grabbed me when I first saw it. This is kind of a basic release from Sentient Ruin. I like the label, I like what they're doing musically, but I don't know, the packages are always so basic. That's why I kind of was bummed they were doing the new Hell, because if you see 1, 2, and 3 from Hell, those records, and then you go to the basic packaging for Hell 4. I didn't pick it up, Hell 4. It was 25 euros there. The records were kind of expensive, but you know, Roadburn has to have his share. The bands certainly have to have their share. So I'm not crying. I saved up, so yeah. And I sold some stuff from my collection that seemed to make people happy. So yeah, I'm happy they are happy. all good. So yeah, some freak, weird noisy black metal. Check it out. The theme for this video is not per se dark or black metal. It's, like I said, a really mixed bag, but I'm going to get them all out. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff to go through. These 3, 4, let's do these first. I'm going to put them in order a bit because that is going to make it a bit easier. Yup. Wait. Sorry guys, I had to... Wish I did this earlier, but you know, whatever. We're almost there, Swear to God, we're almost there. Okay, I hope I get this all in one video because I'm not sure I will. Of course, there are a lot of paper goodies. The only thing that truly matters, I think, are the Weirdo Canyon zines, but you don't, I mean, you don't really have to know about them if you are not there. The only thing that really matters is the Combat Music and Road Stories with Scott Kelly podcast from My Proud Mountain that premieres in May. So I'm really excited to, you know, I like podcasts. I listen to them at work. X to Grind, that hardcore podcast, is one of my new favorites. So I hope this one will do just as fine. Then on to the second day. The second day, I noticed I spent a lot the first day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records, but you know, with food and drinks and stuff like that. I had to get my foot off the gas pedal because there are 4 days and there are a lot of bands. So I went through Burning World's €5 bins, and surprisingly, they had some really good stuff. First thing I plucked out was the Velvet Underground's a Kismet release. This is Squeeze from Velvet Underground, one of their later records. It has Little Jack, Crash, Caroline, Mean Old Man, Stay, Dopey Joe, Wordless, She'll Make You Cry, Friends, and a Letter, Jack and Jane Louise. So not the top tracks from the debut or the best tracks, but it is a Velvet Underground record. I am a Velvet Underground junkie. And yeah, it's €5. It came down from 20, so Burning World had to shed some weight. It is just a black record. There is, however, a nice description in here from the Velvet Underground. A text by Richard Williams from the Melody Maker from '71. I mean, my parents weren't even thinking about me in '71. That's how long that shit has been going on. The second one I got from that bin was Acron Family with Set 'em Wild, Set 'em Free. Yes. Acron Family is one of the new freak folk bands that came around in, I would say, the mid-2000s maybe. They got noted, or that entire group got noted more for being the band for Michael Chira when he was not playing with Swans. So his backing band during his solo stuff. Once again, 21 to 5. So yeah. Always loved that cover. I hate dye shit, but I loved how this image just gave a visual, for me, a visual to that entire movement, the freak folk, whatever you want to call it. This is not their top record, because there is another one which has my favorite track by them on there, but still really great addition to the collection for €5. It has the freak flag on both sides. The inside is I don't know, a campsite. And this is one of Jurgen's records, I think, because, you know, it's been taken care of. The hype sticker is on the top corner. That's a move I would do. The record is just black, double LP, but it comes with this neat print of the flag. And this is on Dead Oceans, the same label that does Black Mountain, I think, and Cramped Discs, so a split release between those two. Acron, check them out. Like I said, they were the Angels of Light, I think, when they played Jura band. Yeah, next. This beast. I didn't think I was going to pull this one, but Jürgen did me the favor of letting me check the early records, or the records that were going in a bin that didn't have a price, some of his collections, some of the older stock and stuff like that. This was in there and he was asking for 40, so I bargained with him knowing that I would buy some stuff more from him, and I got it for 30, which is still a bit pricey, but this is maybe one of my favorite live records. Not ever, but let's say from the last 2 or 3 years. This is Ohm with, this is from Out Battery Records, and this is Ohm live at the Croque in Croque, one of the coolest venues in my opinion in our little country. The picture, there's some building going on, so you could confuse it with the Croque, but it is actually a picture from Primavera Sounds in Barcelona. Why they did the mix-up, I'm not sure. It has Sinai, Meditation, the Practice of Death, Cremation, Gap 1, Bima's Team, and it says recorded 30 November 2013 at Croque, Belgium. For those who don't know, Ohm is Elsa Sernos from Sleep with Emil Atos from Grails and Holy Sons, and then Lichens, a solo artist that does a lot of electronic stuff. I've seen him open up for Ohm, I think, once, and then he was in Ohm a year later. But yeah, great bands, great little records, printed and hand numbered, and this is kind of a yellowish orange marble streaky. I don't know. I don't think the beauty of this color or the pus beauty of this color will show up. Kind of a basic release. It feels kind of bootleggy, but it's pretty official, I think. A nice detail is the Ohm. I think that's a moon. I don't know if it's real on the picture or photoshopped in, but the O is the moon, and then it's kind of too bright for that to be the moon, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, really glad I got this one in Jürgen. If by any chance you are watching this, I thank you very much. He had some nice stuff on it. They always have some nice stuff. Last year I bought the Xastu LP from him. That was also great. Then another pickup from Southern Lords, which I'm going to go over rather quickly. This is Shit and Shine with Some People Really Know How to Live, with the tough guy dog on the front and the back. I have a lot of Shit and Shine. I am a big fan of their early work, Ladybird's era, when they were soaring. They have evolved or devolved, depending on your enthusiasm for this band, into a bassy, dancey, I don't know. I just pick it up. I wanted to have this one because it has one Shit and Shine. It is from Editions Mego, a label I love, and it is the design is by Stephen O'Malley. So for $10, another Shit and Shine. I'm trying to be a completist for this band because I still, in my heart, I still really, really, really love them. Then let's check for time real quick. 18. That's pretty good. I'll have a sip of coffee then. Alright, on to day 3, I think. And day 3 was maybe the best in my opinion. Only problem was, I wanted to see 4 bands really bad at the festival. And they all fucking played at the same time. Closing out the 3rd day. And the lineup was, and hold on to your horses, Earthless and Kikakakumoyo, the Japanese band, and then Tau on the Body, Occulta, Maggot Heart, and Old Tower all played at the same. That was one. So yeah, thanks Roadburn. No, really, thanks Roadburn. I picked up the Body. I have fought against it, but I can't any longer. The Body is Ship King and I forget the other dude because he's never coming to Europe, so yeah, I don't know. I'm blanking on his name. This is the new Body. I haven't heard it. I just picked it up because it is the new Body. They have it. They had it there. It was the white vinyl version for this record on Trill Jockey. Yeah, I haven't seen them live. It was a set with Tao, which I have never seen. I love both bands to death, but yeah. Enough with that. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. Like I said, white vinyl, nothing really too special about this release. All their releases are kind of bare bones, but this is really bare bones. There's some nice spot gloss going on also on the back. But yeah, the body, another one to their massively growing collection. Then, like I said, 4 bands were playing at the same time. Let's flip the records. 4 or 5 bands playing at the same time, so choices had to be made. I chose Old Tower, of course. If you are a frequent visitor of this, whatever this is, then you know Old Tower will have preference. I met up with Demsivold, one of the guys behind the Shadow Kingdom, Old Tower, Ultima Thule, whatever, all those bands. He made me this, which is nice. Thanks, Jay. In that box were 2 records, the Ultima Thule, or Thule, and then another one which I can't show yet because technically it doesn't exist, so before I forget, that one goes away. This is Ultima Thule on Final Agony Records. They sold out like they all do, and now it's on Discogs for, I don't know, man. But I think Shadow Kingdom will do a update soon, and maybe they will have some of these going on. This is Enthralling Lunar Majesty. I already talked about the tape. There was a Shadow Kingdom tape, there was a Tour de Garth tape, I think, and now the Final Agony record. Kind of sketch, you know, it is a swastika and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't know, man. These guys are just too good to give a flying fuck. This is Final Agony style, you know, 2 flaps. And you can say what you want, but that picture is one of the hardest band pictures I've seen in the last years. Spectre's on here, Demsivold's on here. I absolutely love everything about all this shit, so yeah, my channel, my choice, I guess. Just Black standards. This is actually one of the nicer produced Final Agony pieces or records. They always, it kind of seems like it's haphazardly, or however you want to call it, but the Strong Blood and the Orgy of Carrion are actually really nicely produced and done, so yeah. 2 records by them. Really, I have to say thank you to Demsivold for hooking me up, because those were records I wouldn't have seen otherwise. In support of them, because I already paid those, they had some stuff that a fanboy should have, so I bought some shirts. There is the Blood Tyrant shirts that came out on Nuclear War Now, and Iron Bone I've had it, but didn't pick it up. The Dark Decree with both guys on the back. That's the first one. And then the Black Gold I was after the most is this one. The Stellary Wisdom, maybe? No, Spectral Horizons. Double-crossed X on the back. And these were the shirts that went up on, I think, yeah, I'm not sure who did them. I'm not sure. But they went up when the records were going up online, but it was just too much to get them here. This is the Stellary Wisdom, this is the long sleeve, which has the shields, Stellary Wisdom, Old Tower, everything you want. So yeah, really glad to finally own these shrouds from them. Love everything they do, love them to death. And I already gave them my excuses for being so fanboy, but you know, what do you want? We are down to the last 4, and I bought a 7-inch for crying out loud. Maybe I should cut it here. No, we're still good. Sorry for the fucked up shit. We're still good. Wild cards. Every year I buy a wild card. Something I don't know. I was at the Southern Lord table. There was a couple freaking out over this record, and Guy Pinhas from numerous bands and from Southern Lord Europe was selling this to them. This is one of the subscriber vinyls, but then on black, not the silver. And this is the Wands, one of their early releases, and it's really reminiscent of Led Zeppelin. That's all I know. I listened to it once. It is a kind of a good 70s-ish records, and like I said, it is the Southern Lord 20 years release. This is actually limited to a pressing run of 100, and this is number 16. And like I said, the black vinyl version. So yeah. Check this out if you're, if you're into 70s and Led Zeppelin and all that stuff. I think you will really dig it, and that subscriber series looks very interesting. But it's a little pricey for me, knowing that I have one record and I only want 2 out of the 6 then, so yeah. Not sure what to do with the wants. Then, normally I'm looking for the darkest shit on Roadburn. This year I went with my good buddy Han and the guys from Hypertension, but I spent a lot of time with Han, and knowing he's into 70s and jam, the entire San Diego scene that came out of the Earthless, not came out of Earthless, but everything surrounding Earthless was there. And yeah, we spent a lot of time at the Kuppelhall looking at skateboarding, looking at, I don't know, looking at jams and then smoking weed, and it was great. It was beautiful. It was actually like being in San Diego, and one of the bands that really opened my eyes to that entire scene, or that entire kind of music, of course, except for Earthless, was Sacchimonti, a band from San Diego that is on TP Records. I'm going to cut it now. Let's go. Hey, what's up? Sorry for everything that just happened, but I had to cut it because I was going into that San Diego scene and I knew that I would fuck up the video because there's so much to tell. Switch the record, how Earthless is playing with Sonic Prayer, since we're talking about San Diego, since we're talking about the sun. Enough with the blackness. Where was I? So yeah, I went with Han. There was a lot of sunshine, there was a lot of skateboarding, and Sacchimonti really, yeah, opened my eyes, like I said. Was it the weather or was it the surroundings? I don't know, but they really spoke to me. California psychedelic heavy rock champions blazes core chain trail of superb shredding and smoldering riff-a-rama on their TP Records debut. Tune in, turn it up, and burn. Really nice cover. The cover kind of gives away what this is going to be. A 70s kind of stonerish, yeah, drive. There's a lot of drive in this. This is kind of heavy, but still jam influence or jam. Their drummer is also the drummer for Joy, and he was like the MVP of that whole scene. Like I said, the artwork. Sorry, Walter, I nicked the poster. We were going to steal the entire banner, but yeah, I just took one poster because I'm, you know, decent guy. Yeah, I got this one, and I got the TP Records 7-inch pack, but let's delve into this one first. Here's the drummer, Frank Zappa Jr. There is a lot of other people around this band, of course. But yeah, I didn't talk about Whole Tower, did I? The set was incredible. I was wasted, but it was incredible. They had a sword in the middle of the stage, and then Damselholt on Bulk, and then Spectre on one side. That closed that day, and it was incredible. Credit where credit is due. Sacchimonti. This is a nice silver record with some lava lamp interior, staggering lights, glowing gray, slipping from the day, sitting around in a restless dream, ancient seas and majesties. Sacchimonti. So yeah, like I said, one of the better. I saw a lot of their. I saw Harstow do a jam set in skate park. I saw Joy and Dr. Space, I think. A lot of crazy shit, man. If you haven't been to Roadburn and you are just into all kinds of heavy music, I should say, because Roadburn started out as a stoner, doomy festival, but now it's just, I mean, Converge played, these guys played, Whole Tower played, Zola Jesus played, which was, Jesus Christ, amazing. Then, onto the Burnout triple 7-inch color vinyl from TP. This is a 7-inch package from Harstow, Joy, and Sacchimonti, like the cover says. This is actually a nice little collection, and this was the one that was closest to the vibe. I wanted to pick up the Joy too, but that's a record that will be widely spread. This was all the artwork that, you know, that fits in that line. There was one extra poster that had the Volume 4 Skeleton Horse. Han has that one. we were totally in love with everything they produced that weekend. So yeah, and they were artists in residence, so they played the entire weekend. It comes like a fold over, like that, and it has another little art print in there with the cover, and then it has 3 7-inches by each band. Let's see, Burn the Flames and Bermuda for HUGE THX, and they're all nifty little color vinyls. One is red, one is yellow, one is orange. HUGE THX is orange, for example. Joy has Your Time Ain't Long and Spaceship Earth, which is a cover by Road, and then the Sacramonte one, Over the Hill and Sleeping for Years. And Sleeping for Years is a cover for From Atomic Rooster. This, for example, is a red, clear 7-inch. So yeah, a really cool package for these records, which, like I said, was kind of the representation of that entire weekend. The weird thing is how they didn't monetize the entire thing. There were no shirts or banners or skateboards or whatever you want to call it. They just came, they skated, they drank, and they played. So yeah, kudos to them. Can't tell you enough how much I enjoyed that shit. San Diego was one cut above from everything else. That was kind of the best thing I saw. All Tower, San Diego scene, but then not just one band, but the entire thing. And then we stumbled into the cinema room, and there was no one there except for John Baisley from Baroness and one other guy that were just sitting there. And I kind of wanted to see the Leviathan video, but I had no idea at what time it was started. Turned out we just walked into the premiere with me and Han, with no one around. So we saw the premiere of the Revolver Leviathan documentary, which is really cool, I have to say. If you are into the art Jeff Whitehead is doing, it is more focused on the art because John's doing it. It's focused on his tattooing. He's tattooing John. There's not a lot about the music, but I spoke to the other guy, short conversation with both of them, and they said it was the short version or the first pass on the entire thing. So I'm hoping when it comes out it will be a bit longer, a bit more, I don't know, just more Leviathan, more Whitehead. But that was one of the high points. It was just 15 minutes maybe, but a real good 15 minutes. Really nicely filmed. They go into his process, how he does the drawing. They go into deeper shit, and just have to see it. I don't know if it's online. Maybe the trailer's online. The fourth thing, the top 5, then would be maybe Zola Jesus is in there too. I'm not sure, but what was in the top 5 for me was the live set from these guys, Wigedold. A bit chauvinistic maybe, since they are buddies of mine, especially Wim, which is the drummer. That guy is, sorry, that guy is something else. This is their 3rd album in a line, and this is called The Doden Hebben het Goed, The Dead Have It Good 3. So it's a trilogy. 1 and 2 was on Consoling, this one is the 3rd, and this was on, no, Century Media, their big label debut. What is weird, they're all pictures by the same guy, so they built this logo stick thing. Stefan Telman does the pictures, but if you, I should have gotten them out, but if you take 1, 2, and 3, this cover doesn't fit for, when I saw it, it didn't fit the trilogy. But then when you open it up, it kind of makes sense, because it is a, it kind of makes more sense in this way, composition-wise, but it kind of falls off with the trilogy, which is, I don't know, a bit bummer. This is the tour edition of this. There are a lot of variants because it's on Century Media, they just press the vinyl. There is a printed inner with a nice logo. 4 tracks, what's this? Prowl, Doodskalm, De Doden Hebben het Goed, Tree and Parool. Wigedold is Levi Seinhaven, Gilles de Molder and Wim Koppers. Recorded by Christophe Dexys at House Rothschilds in Heiligenstad, which is literally a 10-minute drive from here. Mastered by Jack Shirley, cover photo by Stefan Temmerman, and in memory of Florent PV, which is, I don't know man, you should look that guy up. In loving memory, you all know what happened there. Dolden en het goed, red with black splatter vinyl, 30 years of Century Media, and this is actually a really nicely, I think this was the nicest variant of that, of all the colors. This is a 180 gram headset. I'm not sure if that is true, but really nicely done. They played right after the not Messe, what was it called? The entire Iceland scene was there, and they did Sol an Varma, a piece that I was really looking forward to. This is maybe my top 5 together with the thing I saw from Sun and Boris, Stephen O'Malley and Boris. That was maybe number 1. Yeah, that was like 7 jet engines went out at the same time. But this was up there. Van Gander with Sol an Varma. A really big piece with all these artists, guys from Mr. Ming, from Wormlust, from Nip, from Sinmara, everything. And they gave us this when we went up the stairs. And the girl said, you have to get this to understand the show. I still don't. They started out kind of slow, and then in the middle of the set, or more to the end, they changed. The drummer did a solo, everybody went off stage, they came back all in white suits, or white. I was flabbergasted. The weird thing is, when they play in white, they play the better part of this song. But yeah, I was looking forward to that, and I thought maybe let's check Riedel out on the big stage, because I've seen him on smaller stages. Jesus! They blew everybody away. It was the last day, it was kind of afterburner without being the afterburner. So everybody was kind of in a mood, I should say, after 4 days of festival. But they just kept pummeling the crowd. It wasn't a main room, not even a small stage, it was bonkers. And then, to round off the last purchase I did, a classic. I wanted to pick this up last year, but they were gone already. I am not going to get an original of this one because, you know, it's just too expensive. So I have to back on black this one. This is Bosom Philosophen. I don't have to tell anybody anything about this record. You either love it or you don't. It is a great record. When Dunkelheit kicks in the first track, I go mental. I think these two are kind of fitting. I did an Instagram post about this one. These were the last 2 purchases. I don't know, man. The story has to fit in my head, and it did with these. So yeah, that was kind of the haul for Roadburn. This is about 30-40 minutes. This is actually the last thing. The Hope Hammer from Godspeed, which was also great fucking festival, man. The new edition with the Koepelhal. I can't say how good of a decision that was. Hall of Fame. Koepelhal was just one set of venues that was killing it, with the skate park in between. Walter and everybody, thank you. Thanks for having Hypertension come over once again. Maybe we will do something next year. We're too lazy and too old to do something. And I just enjoy the festival. I don't want to work there, so never mind. That was everything. Guys, this is a back to form, I think. A lot of records in one update. Some ugly long sleeves. Earthless. Yeah, we're back in the game. I have a tape delay coming up. These are all, I mean, these are 2 new updates with still the giveaway to come. So yeah, be sure to be on the lookout. Like I said, no excuses. I have shit to do, but when we update good. Now I have to do some montaging to put these 2 together, so I better hop on it. Guys, have a great weekend. It's just Saturday, so you have the entire day and Sunday. Enjoy. See you later.